Democrats in Springfield are scrambling to pass what they see as important initiatives in Illinois' last scheduled legislative session of the year. There's movement, but perhaps not enough to get it over the finish line. Amanda Vinicky joins us now from Springfield with the very latest. Amanda, what's going on?
Well, Paris, there's a temporary lull in floor action right now, at least here in the House. The Senate getting back underway, but really, I think scramble is the most appropriate word for what is happening here under the Capitol Dome. Is going into this 3-day fall veto session. Democrats, who control, by the way, every facet of Illinois state government, had a couple of priorities, and really the big one, putting out a new congressional map. You see, it is up to state legislators to draw boundaries for states' U.S. House districts. And there's pressure from D.C. that Illinois really gets this right, given that it is a blue bastion for them, and Democrats need to win every possible seat if they want to maintain control in Washington. And judging from past voters' behavior, well, this new proposed map does give Democrats a pretty great opportunity in Illinois to do just that, with a solid chance at 14 seats versus 3 district designs to advantage the GOP. Now, this map also creates 2 so-called Latino opportunity districts versus the 1 district now that has a majority of Latino residents. MAPS consultant Frank Calabrese says currently many Latino communities are divvied up into too many congressional districts.
The north side of Chicago, Bensonville and Des Plaines, Addison, West Chicago, Hanover Park and Bartlett, and Elgin. The proposed 3rd congressional district, it unifies these Latino communities.
Now, this latest map, however, made public at about 10:30 last night, meaning that there was little time for the public to review it. And Chicagoan and community leader Claire Duggan says it seemed that the entire process was designed to quash public input.
I received an invitation to attend the 9 o'clock meeting at 12 minutes after 9 this morning. I had to do that. I had to email multiple staffers and submit witness slips. So I just want to put it on record our concern as a grassroots organization that this process is making it quite difficult for individual citizens to be involved.
Republicans, of course, frustrated too. GOP State Senator Jason Plummer sought to have the chair of the Senate Redistricting Committee, Omar Aquino, recuse himself. That's because Aquino is a potential contender for that new 3rd congressional district. And Plummer says that given Aquino's role in drawing the boundaries, that would cast a dark shadow if, in fact, the state Democratic senator does decide to run. Plummer also says that Southern Illinois residents didn't have an opportunity to give their input on the map, and that frustration boiled over, as you're going to see in this clip from that morning hearing.
You canceled every hearing south of Chicago.
Sir, we are working in collaboration with the House, and they had hearings as well. And so this is a collaborative process. And so we have had a number of redistricting hearings throughout this entire state, and folks can, because we're on virtually, can always participate at hand. Again, I have already adjourned the committee. The committee is adjourned. Thank you.
What a joke.
Now, State Senate President Don Harmon said that this is the final plan. He says that given the significant work that went into balancing these districts, that material changes to it aren't likely.
In the end, we're going to pass a map, and no one is going to be 100% happy with it. That is the nature of the legislative process. That is the nature of compromise. We've had many, many hearings. We have taken more public input than I think we have ever before in a redistricting cycle. And we've listened. And that does not mean everyone's going to be happy, and people still won't be disappointed. But I hope that everyone feels represented for the next 10 years in the General Assembly and in the Congress.
Except this might not be the final version because there is real doubt that there is enough support for it to pass here in the Illinois House. Some Latino legislators upset with how those lines are drawn, including fears that there aren't enough Latino voting age residents in that new district. Now, also some suburban legislators bothered that this map pits two Democratic incumbents, Marie Newman and Sean Casten, against one another. Now, meanwhile, there has been some progress on another priority for this session. That's an incentive package meant to lure automakers transitioning into manufacturing electric vehicles.
In a very short time frame, they're going to be making decisions on where to locate new facilities, retool existing facilities, and where to locate suppliers, which in themselves means thousands of jobs potentially throughout the state. So this package will simply incentivize the EV industry to locate in Illinois.
An executive from Rivington, that's the Bloomington-based electric truck startup, it says that the company's biggest challenge is having to import lithium-ion cells from China, and the company is trying to get cell suppliers to locate nearby.
Make no mistake, Madam Chair and committee members, these talks with cell suppliers are ongoing now. As I testify, Rivian is in active discussions with 3 potential suppliers, all of whom have asked how Illinois compares to other states in terms of a business-friendly atmosphere.
So the governor's administration really wants this to get done today, but union pushback could stall that plan. And with the holidays coming, it's unlikely that the General Assembly will have an opportunity to come back in the year 2021. If the maps don't get done, well, that would mean they would have to come back in January and pass new congressional boundaries. That would be tricky, though, Paris, because by that time, candidates are going to want to start campaigning and collecting petitions, and it really could put them in a pickle should there be any legal challenge to an eventual map. With that, we'll be following the action, especially as things get going in the Senate. Back to you.
A lot of action down there. Okay, Amanda, thanks very much.